Here we are. And welcome, ladies and gents, to another series in Titans League. The big shock of the first week was that Running beat Vinchester, Titans League Season 1 champion 2-1. So he comes in here with 2 wins, and everyone else is going to have to play Vinchester, and he's playing as the Italians. DauT, his first round was up against ACCM, where he lost 2-1, so he's going to look at this matchup and think that it's not going to get any easier for him to get some wins on the board. Italians versus Mongols. I have Dave with me, obviously. Dave, what are you thinking about the matchup here?
I think Mongols are good for getting that early little boost and getting up to feudal age fast so you can contest water a little bit. Obviously, Mongols' late game composition seems really good on this map if you manage to get there with Mangudai and whatnot. But Italians are going to hit those transitions, right? Like they're going to be likely up to Castle Age a little bit quicker, definitely up to Imperial Age a little bit quicker if the game is even. And I think access to Bombard Cannon is also really big here for Running. So I like Italians as well. Italians a little bit better on the water.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I think DauT, he is definitely going to know this, and he's going to try and make use of the power spike, you could call it, with all that hunt. And he also could make use of the extra hunt, too. I've seen almost every player that's played Mongols on this map make mills towards the corners, as there's also hunt there. Not something I was originally envisioning for this map when we added it to the pool. But man, transitioning towards the golds is so important on this map. You only have 4 tiles of gold to work with at your base. And I've seen many players make their second town center and third town center away from those golds because they've given up map control. I do not think you can get away with doing that here. So it's something to think about.
Yeah. Also, dock positions, you want to put them near that sea tower. It has 3 extra arrows, and I think it's like to kill a galley with the sea tower. I think it's like a 5 shot or something like that. So it's really, really tough to get in there and snipe the fish.
Yep. Yeah, that sea tower changes this map. If that tower wasn't there, we would just see the same opening every time, and it would just be like triple dock. I don't think players would do anything else.
Listen, can you post the Rex? I have others in here that don't have the Rex.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. But I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, so if the sea tower wasn't there, obviously it'd be pretty water dominant. But so far, I preferred to see the galley opening. But it's really tricky because I feel like having galleys long term in this map isn't actually as beneficial.
You don't want more than like 6.
Yeah.
Because although you can carry some of that momentum later on in the game, it's going to be much, much later, right? The War Galley upgrade isn't going to give you that much because people are usually expanding out to the gold at that point and farther away from the shoreline, so you can't really range all that much. DauT, interestingly enough, actually killed a bamboo or a reed or whatever and then put the dock over top of that. So he's going to have access to 3 fish, but a couple of those fish are going to be really far away from that sea tower.
Yeah. You know, another thing that I'm thinking of is we see a villager being attacked here by DauT's scout. And Running's going to try and get the quick wall down. Actually, no, he
gets it.
He had it.
He
could have had it. I think
dead.
he was also bringing in an elephant and didn't want to lose a villager there. Well, you know, as DauT, kind of ruins my train of thought here. I really like the fast castle that MBL did on this map. Like, go FC with Mongols, and then just shift back into water later on. I guess it could have been because he was up against a player that he had a lot of confidence on, but...
MBL was playing like he was up against Dark. MBL was playing the way he does against someone he should be favored against, right?
Yeah. I agree.
Now, DauT will see that other villager from Running. He could kill that with that scout, but he chooses not to because he doesn't know when Loom is coming in, and Running will get the walls down.
Running's still adding fish. This has been a rough Dark Age for him. He's choosing to wall as well. All these things make me think that he might actually be trying some type of fast castle play. Because it is cheap for the Italians to go up. But then again, DauT's up super fast. I think that's the main thing here.
And he goes for a second dock right away. So
Wow.
DauT is probably going to play into the galleys, and Running's fish are pretty exposed over there. He isn't taking from that fish right next to his dock, which I think is smart. You take from the ones far away first so that you're not running out of that one that's right beside your tower early.
Yep.
And he still hasn't clicked up, so it kind of does feel like an FC style of play. However, what position is he going to be in once he hits feudal age?
That mining camp is the perfect Tetris mining camp. It just fit perfectly into that spot. But, you know, it's something that DauT had scouted. And if DauT senses his opponent's fast castle, DauT's not someone who shies away from going for towers. As DauT's scout gets hit there by the sea tower, I could definitely see DauT sending villagers forward.
It's a long way, though. Like, by the time you get there, I don't know.
That's true.
It feels like DauT can just add in an archer range and accomplish essentially the same thing.
Barracks for running, as he'll build up towards some military. DauT sees the gold now. He's going to see 1 on gold, and his opponent still isn't up. He expected to have a lead here with this uptime with the hunt, but he wasn't expecting it to be this much of a lead. So DauT must know something's up here. Let's see if running can save his fishing ships. I feel like if he doesn't save these fishing ships, it's suddenly not so impressive that he didn't have it, that he saved his fish for later here.
DauT needs to find like the perfect area here, the Goldilocks zone with his galleys. You know, that not too hot, not too cold, where he can still range the fishing ships, but doesn't get taken out by that tower. He's going to take down a fish and avoid the fire from the sea tower. So he takes out 1 fishing ship. And when running gets to the next stage, I mean, like, he's already got 2 Vils cubed, but will he even have enough food to really click up? I guess with Italians, he will.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. And he also will be able to contest back on water later on if he needs to. I do like how DauT stopped the galley production from here. That's a really smart decision, as running's going to use the fishing ship to block the scout. What a play. Full HP scout is nothing to laugh at here. And he also has a stable, Dave. This is something DauT won't be able to see now. And knights could run right across the middle on this map.
DauT does have 7 fishing ships, though. He added extra fish.
Yep.
And he's adding a barracks of his own. DauT's economy is going to look pretty strong here. However, running is up to the castle age. 26 population, only 23 Vils, but he did have the fishing ships. I was about to say he has the fish. He's only got 1 of those alive still.
Italian's cheaper dock techs, right? I mean, you're at the limit if you're running. But if you could get 3 fire ships that are upgraded, you could kill all of DauT's fishing ships and DauT's very tiny navy here. Nice micro from DauT there.
For running. It's simply that fish. That's it.
Yeah, he's waiting for the wood to mill, maybe. Like, he's at the limit, man.
Like, knights can run across, theoretically. But you're only going to be able to afford, like, 1 knight at this rate.
Oh, man. And you also don't even want to get your wood upgrade because you need to save food, I think. But if he, you know, if he has, like I said, 3 fires with the War Galley upgrade behind it, DauT will lose everything on water. I don't think the sea tower is enough to save it all. And DauT still hasn't clicked up to the next stage. So this is a really fascinating build order from running. And again, I just love it. He's a player who got promoted. And he's motivated. This is a practice build from him.
DauT almost unintentionally pushing in 2 deer with that spearman. He almost got them in. But they're going back now.
Yeah, DauT feeling the pressure now is dropping the market. So he'll probably try and buy some res to click up. But DauT has seen 2 docks now. So I think he must know that his opponent's going to come in and fight him on water. Resource is pretty good for running if he wants to just get that War Galley upgrade, which again is 50% off with the Italians. And maybe even make that knight, like we said, Dave. And there's the War Galley, and there's the knight.
Gets that. Look at his eco, though, after he goes for that investment. Now he's housed. Oh, man. Things are looking rough. This fishing ship is living on borrowed time. This thing has been super weak this entire time. However, fire ships will be out shortly. DauT finally gets the fish, and he sees the galleys coming back across. DauT will go for a fire galley of his own. I think you just spread out these fish and try to keep them alive as long as possible, though.
Yeah, you try to, but you can't really run anywhere, which is the main problem. And you can't stay under the tower and fish at the same time. So I think all the fishing ships for DauT will die. Apart from that, DauT's got some berry villagers, he's got some hunters, he's got a farmer, but he doesn't actually have a ton of food eco. And there's a knight now running across the map, and look at that score switch. A moment ago, running was at 1,000 score and DauT was 1,500. And now running's got that score lead, and he's just going to take out that tower, too. Full control for him.
Does have some additional food from taking that deer. He's going to house wall now and force the knight into the TC that doesn't really have any villagers nearby. Does manage to push it away for the time being, but he's going to have to quick wall his wood line. And this is DauT we're talking about here.
He does have spearmen, Dave, so he could be okay. Good micro from running, though. He'll know the spearmen could be an issue. DauT has lost all of his fishing ships. The eco KD is 8-4. He does have 2 villagers heading over towards the crocodiles. Running has already dealt with some of the crocodiles for him, though. because he also has 2 villagers there.
Both looking for a TC. DauT doesn't have enough stone. He sold his stone. Or no.
He did sell his stone.
He did. I thought.
DauT did. Yep.
Huh. I saw 0. Oh, that's Running's TC. Sorry. I was very confused there.
I was confused while you were confused.
Bro. It's still early. And DauT is going to the back of Running's base.
So this is for a push. This isn't for a TC then. DauT wants to go for like monks, siege, and probably realizing that his opponent's going to, primarily focus on the water. But DauT, I mean, had he seen that TC, he could have denied it with the scout. He didn't look. The knight, by the way, from Running did get cleared up eventually. But we've got more and more fishing ships being added. We have a full wall from Running. He knows he's exposed there. What a great game. I love this map in RM. This map in RM is amazing.
Especially with the deep fish that you guys added, it adds a whole new element. DauT also not seeing the TC from Running by like 2 tiles with that Step Lancer. Barely seeing it. Look, he's like, yeah, I'm controlling the gold over here. This is great. There's no way he's ever going to get a TC up there. And those villagers, one of them is very weak. He could have sniped that. He's not going to end up sniping it, though.
Yeah, seriously, TC's up now. But, Running might eventually shift over. Well, actually, what DauT's hoping for is that Running shifts over to the gold on the left. But is this still an area Running will need to go over to at some point? DauT also sees this area's open. He keeps checking with his scout. And notice how DauT's not attacking. He's waiting for his Step Lancers. Now Running saw it. And Running thinks better of moving out there.
Running adding fish, too. So that's a good play. Really
and adding
nice
monks,
play. He's
too.
got plenty of wood. Probably going to go for a 3rd TC at some point soon. He's going to need to get some clutch conversions, though, to deal with these mangonels, because right now he doesn't really have anything in defense.
I love how patient DauT has been with this. And that TC, man, I mean, it's a good addition from Running. But, this is all going to hit him at once, and now he's going to have to do so much. Like, you almost want redemption. You almost want your own siege. There's so many things that go through your mind that you might need in this situation, and he will go for another monastery. Crazy pressure from DauT. But DauT won't be able to push much further with ease.
Good chip damage from the fire ships as well. The Step Lancers coming forward are very weak.
Also, there's a counterattack there, but great job from DauT to defend from that as there was a conversion. DauT's going to complain about that one. And this is the power of a player like Running. He loves his arena maps. He loves his monks. Great defense here from Running, but it's such a cramped position to be in, isn't it?
It's the position you put yourself in, though.
Yeah.
You've made your bed. Now you're going to have to lie in it. As redemption coming in for Running. Oh, boy.
Remember, Running did have a counterattack with a knight. That has since died. DauT is now dropping a TC on a side that he still thinks that Running is not on. That's a really funny thing to talk about here. DauT with a really questionable decision there. Like, he dove in underneath the TC with a scout, and Running needs to delete that, and he does. And now DauT might lose his forward here, Dave.
It's fine. He hasn't really been investing more into this. He made 1 mangonel. That's it. He killed a villager, pushed him off that wood and the berries. He's forced him into redemption, and he converts a vill as well from Running. So, I mean, he has done a little bit of damage with this, and now he's booming up from behind. The problem is that Running now has 9 fishing ships. So Running has taken full control over the fish in the middle. He's going for more farming eco. He already has 3 TCs. DauT is still ahead on villager count, and DauT is now doing the GL thing, going for heavy plow.
Yeah, I mean, and DauT's had farms for a while now. That was the next thing I was going to say, is at least DauT has done that. And this is a very close game. Like, this map is really cool. Now, at this point, Running knows there must be something to the left of this monastery, so he has to pay very close attention with his monks. You probably don't want to move out if you have less than 4. And certainly not without Sanctity. I mean, that Sanctity upgrade's actually a little late here, up against Step Lancers. But he'll see the Step Lancers now.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how surprised do you think DauT's going to be when he finally discovers this TC on the left? He saw a villager for a split second. There we go. Now he sees a few more.
I would say about a 9.
Yeah.
I don't think he should be surprised that he's going to lose siege to a conversion here if this continues. Again, surprised that DauT continues to, donate this opportunity to his opponent. But at least here, he probably figures he doesn't want the monks to convert to Step Lancers, and that works out for DauT.
He sniped it.
Wow.
He sniped it. Now he can get the other monk, and he can get the mangonel for free too. Although that Step Lancer gets converted, so he's gonna lose his own monk. Still a good series of events here for DauT.
Yeah, that could have been worse, right? That Mangonel actually got some value. He gets to stick around there a little bit longer. All the while, DauT's on 4 TCs, Dave. He's got good farming upgrades. It feels like the longer this continues without a bit of a push from running, the better it will be looking for DauT's economy. He still doesn't know about that TC, to my knowledge. And running doesn't know about DauT's TC either. That's crazy.
Running is on stone. DauT is also on stone. Curious to see where they castle first. Are both players going to think, oh, I have nominal control over the gold in the north. I'm going to go to the one to the east and castle there.
Yeah, that would be funny. I mean, I think surely they're going to notice soon, right? Like, they're going to send units there, you would think. I'd be
DauT
shocked
should
if they don't
delete these vills
notice.
forward. Don't give running any extra eco. Just delete them. They're dead.
Agree. He drops off the gold. He's trying to drop off the gold. There we go. Drops off the gold, and then it'll just get killed off now. You're right about these fire ships, by the way. They continue to get good hits on the step lancers.
It just time after time. This one fire has gotten so much value.
Okay,
Step Lancer's now coming over. Does he see it? He
sees it.
And he's going for a castle. Where can he squeeze in? He's going to have to make a castle up there. But he can kind of deny the villagers from running with his Step Lancers if he puts them on the left side. And running will drop off the gold and leave?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Leaves.
But you notice that running was going to go to the other side. So what you had said is running's thinking, I have a TC here. He doesn't. So let's take the other side as well now. So now he's got a tougher task. But honestly, DauT's castle isn't that great because it doesn't deny all the gold. Running could still just place another TC here. But he's actually choosing to leave the area entirely, which is a lot of wasted villager time, if you ask me. But maybe it's just not worth the focus for him right now, as some Step Lancers from running will run across the middle. 88 pop for both players. This is an amazing map, an amazing performance so far from both. Still waiting to see what running's going to do, though, with these 16 villagers.
28 farms for DauT, 15 farms for running. He does have the fish, but it's starting to lose a little bit of value now that he's depleted a lot of these deep fish. So DauT's eco will be more consistent. And we see DauT with 83 villas versus 73 from running as running adds more fishing ships in here.
Can we look at the worker efficiency last minute right now for running? 46%. These villagers have been running across the map.
It's because they're running, yeah.
Yeah, and he's still producing out of the other TC, which is just going to lead to those villagers dying. This is like... It's probably the right play to shift over here with the castle. I'm not saying that's bad, but I feel like he could have done that while also still holding some control on the other side. But easy for us to say, obviously. DauT, 31 farmers now getting wheelbarrow. Keep in mind, he's had heavy plow in his farms, not even horse collar in for the farms for running. And DauT's ahead in eco now in this first game.
Running's going to click up, though.
Ooh, he is.
He needs a second building. And he's going for the siege workshop right now.
DauT keeps running into these freaking fire ships, man. All these Step Lancers are so weak. Yeah, just kill it. Just kill it. There you go.
It's not even fire ships. It's that one fire ship. That's it.
Yeah. There was the one in the middle, too. But yeah, I mean, it's just been so annoying. Okay, quick check to make sure that running didn't go imp in the TC that's on fire. And he didn't. And now he's going to castle push the other side. Interesting. At least that seems to be what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's going to put it forward and cut off that stone that DauT is going to right now. But DauT has a lot of Step Lancers. There's only 4 monks there from running. If DauT gets a really good engagement here, he could kill the monks and then maybe deny the castle with a castle of his own. But running is going to push those back. Good conversions there from running, who's also known as somewhat of a clown. So you know his monk micro is going to be pretty good, and DauT needs to run.
This is going to be so fun now because DauT might need to abandon half his eco. But DauT still has so much gold, right? And running, he doesn't really have that much gold saturation, though he does have a TC there. Infantry armor for running, so we might see some condos. The condos are known as a counter against gunpowder, but they can be pretty good. Little high pierced armor unit to get some raids in, and the beautiful thing about them is what unlocks them is simply just getting to imp, which is already so easy for the Italians. DauT's now clicked up, Dave. And normally what you do is you drop a castle in your own base, planning to make Trebs an imp to Treb back running, but do you want to do that if running's faster to imp? Maybe not, and so he backs it up there, and that's a really good decision.
I think that's a good castle, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Running. He's going to drop his other castle in his base now, so he's worried that DauT's push could get out of hand if he's focused on the front. But man, yet again, just so many villagers not working on resources for running. Like, look how many are building that castle.
I also like the Magadai numbers so far for DauT. Having 8 Magadai when you're still 2 minutes away from him means you can continue building them.
Yep.
And then you can get the upgrades right away. So that's going to be good to snipe any potential siege or maybe the monks. Husbandry coming in for that stable as it's being converted. It does complete. And DauT hopefully will just delete those buildings. Okay, good job there.
Yeah, he won't really need the stable for... Actually, he doesn't have bloodlines. So
okay,
that could actually be a talking point. If DauT doesn't have bloodlines on Magadai in the long term, it could be an issue.
Also, War Galley kind of working away. The left side, Running's actually added in more War Galleys. And he's going to try and control the map via the water. He's already kind of controlling DauT's base on the right side with that forward castle. And he's going after that TC. Maybe he suspects that DauT is up here, and he's like, maybe I can deny Imperial Age. Potentially.
Running,
joke's on him. It's the MTC on the left side.
Running's going to lose his main force, and it's kind of sad to say that it's his main force, right? Like, his monks and some Genoese crossbow that didn't even have Bodkin arrow, and what a clear up here from DauT. And I'm honestly unconvinced with the condos. Also, I just learned they have 0 base pierce armor. I thought they had a little bit.
Yeah, that's why they suck against range units.
Yeah.
They're
well,
good
anyways,
hand cannons.
You know, it's just like the timing is what Running's been looking for, and he's got the timing on the trebs. But DauT's got so much space to expand to as he snipes one of those trebs there. What can Running do? Like maybe cannon galleons? Like maybe he could control a lot from the sea? At least he does have the gold, but look at the gold on the right side. Look how inefficient that is. Oh
God. Oh, jeez. Oh, mining camp, please.
Yeah, he's so focused.
Oh, my goodness.
Thankfully for him, he did convert that barracks, because DauT keeps attacking that barracks every time he patrols, which is super annoying for him. Bracer's now on the way as well, which will help the Genoese crossbowmen as well as the galleys that are out here. But, I mean, DauT's got Bracer and DauT's got Mangadai, and Mangadai can destroy in these numbers. He's about to have 20 Mangadai, and his castles can't be trebbed down.
With Thumb Ring, with Bracer, with Chemistry, even if they are missing the elite upgrade, these units are very, very good.
I think
and
Running
goes for another castle over there, and Running is, well, he's running out of steam.
Yeah, and it's not going to get any better with how this game's flowing, so I think Running's going to try and force the issue on timing still. He knows that will have the Hussars and Elite Mangadai and so many different things, so he's going to try.
Oh my God,
and he will see a castle there on the left side. And he's bringing the trebs across the middle.
Oh boy. I mean, he controls the water, right? So, like, I guess it works, but Elite Magadai on the way from DauT. DauT is going to take out that castle on the right, so he can suddenly shift his forces over and push from that side. Here come the Magadai down through the middle. No demos here for Running. It does have Genoese Expo. Demos would be nice to surprise the Magadai. They can snipe them on the way in, but DauT is just going to micro his way right across the ocean.
And the Genoese are in the way of the trebs, too. You've got to save the trebs. And DauT, he's now got Elite Mangadai. He sees the trebs. He knows he needs to keep his castles up on this side, so he's going to dive in for them. But he backs away before getting the second one, and now he needs something more, possibly, to go in and snipe those trebuchets.
And it's only 2. He's got a Mangadai there, and Running just calls GG. He loses the castle on the right side.
Yep.
No position there to push from. Maybe he saw the gold on the other side. He finally went for a mining camp. There were so many villagers there taking that gold inefficiently. And he knows that those trebs forward aren't going to survive very long against Elite Magadai. So
yeah,
taps out. Good play from DauT.
Yeah, honestly, it's pretty crazy that the population is what it is right now, being 150 versus 160. The score does not show that at all. Like, Running's looking at the score thinking that DauT's fully popped with like 6 castles or something. But so yeah, I would have actually personally liked to have seen Running play this out a little bit longer at 150 pop. I mean, yeah, he's probably still going to lose this game, but you do have DauT running back. DauT didn't take out your trebuchets. You still don't have Galleon, and it feels like maybe an option with the resources you have, but ultimately, it was very well played from DauT. A very creative game overall. You could see exactly what Running was trying to do. It was a very different strategy, but DauT, his forward, I think, just opened up so much time for him to be able to get his eco rolling.
Bro, look at the eco difference. Running with inefficiencies, with not as many eco upgrades, missing wheelbarrow and handcart as well. and DauT is ahead by 13,000 resources.
That's crazy. Yeah,
even with the fish that Running had.
Yeah, and I think it was that push from DauT, right? Like, remember running out of the third town center, and he was hoping that he could just focus on his economy. But DauT's push forced him into double monastery. It forced him into all that focus, and behind all that, I recall DauT having the Castle Age farm upgrade, and of course, running still to this point doesn't even have the horse collar upgrade. But yeah, good game. Good opening to the series. I think DauT showed how well he's able to adapt to good strategy. And running's really not that type of player who is predictable in aggression, right? Like some players, you think, okay, these guys are top 5, top 10 in the world because you know what they're going to do and you just can't stop it. And those tend to be the players that DauT struggles against. Running's just not that guy. Loses the first game. See, though, if he can keep it close here in this series, because it was a very close first game.
I like how DauT went for that forward, but he didn't really fully commit to it. It was kind of like a yo commitment, you know, where he goes for a forward siege workshop.
Yep.
And then is building up his eco behind.
Yeah.
So really, really great stuff there from DauT. He knows he's going to win if he has himself in a position where he can boom. Because DauT is super good in the late game. You wouldn't think so of a player that's slower, but his macro is just so good.
Yeah, and honestly, I also think Mongols are way better than Italians. Anything that Italians can do, I feel like Mongols can one-up them. I mean, obviously, yeah, Genoese crossbowmen have a bonus, but Mangadai killed Genoese crossbowmen pretty fast as well, right? Like, they fire so quickly. Mongols have more mobility than the Italians, so it was always about, like, getting that imp timing down, which is why running chose to drop that castle and go for the Trebs. But just remember, like, those villagers that are now on the right side walked the whole way across the map without wheelbarrow. Would it not have been better to just, like, bring your monks over to where those villagers were, drop a castle there, and contest that side where DauT had the castle? Like, you knew he had a castle there already, so
Maybe.
it's hard to say. Obviously, he could have just lost those villagers, and it was a high-pressure situation. But still, again, good first game. I'm happy with that one. Here we are, game number 2. This is Running's sweet spot. He destroyed Winchester when he played as the Bengalis against Winchester's Poles last week. Let's see if Running can get a win, which is probably his goal going into this here, a Regicide Fortress. Now, important things to mention, because I know that Fortress has been in the ranked ladder, but the way Fortress has always been played in our community before that ranked ladder is Regicide Resources and as Regicide. So if your king goes down, you are defeated. You don't see that too frequently. Maybe we can hope and pray we see a king snipe this game. But, you know, it changes how many resources you have. It gives you more food, a little bit less stone, no gold. And this is a build that players will have to practice, Dave. So I just wanted to mention that, because I think for a lot of people out there, if they're seeing Fortress, they look at this and they realize it's actually playing out a bit differently than what you'd see on the ladder.
So Chinese were considered like the best Fortress civ for quite a decent amount of time, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
And that kind of changed when we saw them start to match up relatively recently against civs like Bengalis. There was a famous game, Hera against DauT, I believe, where Hera had fully upgraded Chukanu and was losing against Ratha.
Yep.
To DauT, I think it was of all
It was
people.
DauT. Yep.
And also, humans have an opportunity as well to be very, very strong here. DauT having Chinese and humans, so running not fully realizing or identifying which civ DauT was going to go for in this situation. So another good element of DauT's draft, I think, adding that little confusion.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not a lot you can say that is wrong about the Chinese. Starting with the food in the bank gives you that consistent bill high, and you can see that already at the top. And then you still have the cheaper text. Plus, it's like a good opening to go for the Chukanu, which is a really good unit. You just don't see it as frequently with the Chinese in normal settings because it takes a while to get to the castle, so they make other things. But yeah, I mean, you are right, Dave. Like, there's a lot of civs on the list of good Regicide Fortress civs, but I honestly haven't really seen Khmer be picked that frequently. And maybe it's for crazy post-imp play with Ballista Elephants, or maybe just the fact that he doesn't have to make his buildings means that he'll have a faster castle age than DauT, and then a faster second and third town center.
Well, DauT is up first to feudal age. Regicide resources really help with that. Chinese extra villagers also help. And he's up faster to feudal age with 2 more villagers than running. So that's the advantage of being Chinese. Running's farms will be a little bit better, though. With Cameroon, you can see that food just dropping itself naturally right into the eco. It could be a post-imp play. It could be contest relics into boom play. It could be a forward castle type of fast Imperial play for Running. We just don't know.
Yeah, now,
Don't know.
something that players need to take note of is that we balanced out this version of Fortress to have the castle almost always towards the front. So that I think could allow you to go for the faster imp Treb style plays, because you should know that the castle's almost always towards the front. Obviously, you don't want to confirm that, though. That's the thing, is like, at least in DauT's case, he knows where Runnings is, but Running doesn't want to get anywhere near that wall.
DauT is going to be Feudal Age, and Running's King is pretty close to where DauT's Scout is right now.
Yeah, the king will be fine. Right? I think the king will be fine. DauT's just scouting the other areas. Oh, man. That was actually really close.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because I guess it's... like,
Oh, he's going back for more. Running's going back for more.
the scout is faster than the king right now.
Running is going back for more.
Oh, no.
No. No. Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Oh, no. He sees him. DauT.
I think the king saw the scout first, though. So the
He's
king is going to run.
Get away.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Dude, I almost lost
Go.
my king to Lix's castle in the Resurgence. I was just scouting, and I set waypoints, but Lix had walled the back of his base. So my king pathed along Lix's walls. And I forget if I lost HP or not, but it was very close to going down because Lix was chasing with the scout. But then he ran into my castle with his scout, so it was all worth it.
So Running is going for his stable. So he's definitely going to try and contest relics here. Got the farm upgrade and the wood upgrade. DauT has both as well. And DauT is not that far in front to Castle Age because Running didn't need the buildings.
Mm-hmm. Still, though, having cheaper techs, having more vills, I mean, those are something that's always something you're going to prefer here. Little side note. So you probably didn't hear this detail. I have made it a personal challenge to get the Fortress version in the ranked queue to become Regicide Fortress.
Regicide?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I set a deadline for myself, as if I have any control over this, of July of this year. And people said it's going to take as long as it took to get spec chat in the game. But, like, seriously, it's really fun. The resources are actually easier start. And it's the only way that Fortress has really ever been played in our community, right? So I actually am going to make the maps, and I'm going to supply the map scripts. They don't even need to change their settings. I'm just going to give it to the map team and see if it happens. So root for me.
That response from Microsoft will take between 40 to 60 business days.
Yeah,
So
that's true. But no, I think it'd be cool, dude. Especially imagine mid to low elo casts. Like, imagine all the king snipes that we'd actually see there. At high elo, you don't see it that frequently.
Or
But-
Regicide Fortress team game. God, actually, no, team game. Keep it out.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't have it in team game. All of a sudden, your ally is defeated.
I think it'd be awesome. I think it'd be amazing. But anyways, scouts are fighting. DauT is not adding a stable here, so he's just going to go for the boom approach. And Running, having the
Getting good
additional
equal
scout should
upgrades
be
as well.
okay.
Yep. DauT, not even adding a monastery. So just go for the second TC first, and Running's going to compete for the relics here.
Okay, Dux has given me a hard time. Says, I want to see T90 make the maps himself instead of his map script team. Listen, it's not
Well,
what you know, it's who you know in this life.
If you want a tutorial, there's one on my YouTube. on how to
I mean,
script,
we literally I'll just copy and paste this map. Like, we have it. We're good. But I'll take the credit for it. It's true. I should give credit to T-West and other people more frequently. So, So what's the long term? Obviously, they're booming and there's things to talk about. But seriously, though, the Khmer long term against Chinese, I'm still not sure what it's going to be.
The list elephant.
Okay. I hope it is, right? And I think
I
with
hope
that,
it is too.
with that gold he has to the north of the tower where his king is, like if he could wall that area and really boom up in the back, I think you could take it late and then you show up with like 40 of them and surprise DauT. But
What happens Oh no, DauT has the king in the castle. Never mind. I was gonna say ballista elephant cut. Find the tower with the king and snipe it.
That would be cool.
That'd be sick.
Are we surprised that DauT isn't going for relics at all here?
Not really. I think he knows he has enough resources to just kind of get up to Imperial Age, get his ideal army composition. He's not really going to require relics. Although he does have a relic in the back, so maybe he's thinking as long as I get one,
Yeah.
I should be fine.
Well, he is paying really close attention to the relics. He now knows that running has a monk with a relic in hand, so he's trying to get the scout there because it disappeared on the map. But
And he
running's
will have
blocking it.
Chukanu to contest these relics too. So if we look at DauT's point of view, he sees 2 relics off to the right side of his base. If he can even deny running off of those, then running with all this investment, I say all this, he's only added an extra scout, but if running only gets 3 relics, it's kind of like it's a win for DauT, honestly.
The eco, man. The eco's insane. Like, there's a reason Chinese are always picked on this map. This is running's home map. Like, there should have never been a world where he didn't have a really good pick. But remember, DauT banned Bengalis, so I think it was like way too predictable from running. And I can see exactly what DauT's planning on. DauT's going to go to stone soon, and he's just going to plan to win this fast with another castle forward. He knows exactly where running's castle is if you look at his point of view. So he could just castle there with a faster imp and start to tread push. And I think running's just not going to have the time here to get going as he's actually placing a pretty risky TC.
He's going to keep him, running's going to keep him around this area with the scouts. Yeah, he's going to be like, I'm running here, try and kill me, haha, don't go deeper. And then he'll get the TC up. DauT's still with no fletching on those Chukanu, by the way, so they're not too much of a threat.
49 villagers versus 60. That with 40 seconds of TC idle time. It will be relic number 3 for running. So that's just another thing that tells us that if this goes late, running might be liking a situation more. But there is that stone mining then for DauT. And I agree with everything you said so far, Dave. I feel like the timing from the monastery on DauT side makes a lot of sense as long as he gets 2 relics. He was just able to add the TCs a bit faster, and his eco is flying right now.
His eco's insane. Just the farm setup here. 28 farms, heavy plow. Running does have a lot of farms of his own. He's actually got 29 now, so he's starting to even it out and starting to catch up a little bit with that 4th TC. But DauT got pretty far ahead on the villager count. As long as he adds in a 4th TC of his own here shortly. I don't really think you can do it just 3 TC with Chinese. I think you got to add a 4th one here at some point.
DauT's the type of player who will add the 4th after he's clicked up.
Yeah,
if
probably.
he does it. That way he still gets the imp timing. But I don't know. Like, he wants the castle timing. So I don't think you necessarily want to drop a TC if you still want to drop the forward castle. And DauT's in the perfect position for it.
He's about to click up.
It's going to be so tough to stop. As long as DauT performs, does the right things here and gets fletching on his Chukanu, waltzes forward and drops a castle around where his scout and Chukanu are. There's no way to fight for map control right now if you're running. Who is adding the siege workshop, so maybe he wants a couple scorpions in the middle of the map. Just to
Can we
stop
get
that.
rocketry scorpion versus double crossbow scorpion?
Hype. What if that's the counter? What if ballista elephants is the choice from running? That was the
least hype I've ever
hype. That was a let's acknowledge the statement from Dave and then just skip past it as fast as possible hype.
That was like a super awkward games done quick audience member hype.
Yeah, I get it.
It's really weird. All right, he snipes the monk. Nice.
That's good.
Nice.
That's hype. More hype than everything else, I guess, according to my tone. But University for DauT, Bod Canero for DauT, Villagers coming forward for DauT, and running is caught up on Villagers. But he's going to lose a whole lot of control if this castle goes up. And DauT's even going to drop it on the hill. I didn't think about that. That's going to give him access to more stone as well. It's really smart thinking.
More scorpion? It's just going to be full scorpion play here? What's the plan here for running?
Well, I think he's hoping the Chukanu come out because he can use those scorpions now, but I don't think it's a long-term thing. But actually, he's still making them. And Chinese don't get bombard cannon, so
Scorpion Hussar?
I don't hate it,
More
actually.
farms?
Scorpion, Hussar, Ram. Though, of course,
problem is that
all of these things
the
take
forward
time and
castle-
resources.
Yeah, the problem is that DauT's going to have a beautiful position on the front of your base.
Yeah. Yeah, both civs have great scorpions. You don't hear people talk about the Chinese scorpions much. It's everything else. Khmer, it's about their farms and their scorpions. 47 farms right now. Make it 49 for running, so he's flying. He is just now adding a blacksmith, so I think he's going to be really late on blacksmith upgrades. But, you know, he needs the time to master the units anyways. The king is more towards the north for running, by the way, guys. So we don't have to really worry about him losing that this game. It's going to be more so losing other aspects of control. Chukunu sounds so amazing when they fire. It might be the most satisfying like attack noise in the game.
No, I think old Tarkin sound.
Yes.
Or Jaguar warriors attacking something. Also pretty dang.
Is it bad that I preferred the old Jag attacking sounds and I don't even remember what it was?
The old Jag attacking sound was like, I think it was like the same as the champion attacking. It wasn't even like...
It wasn't special? Oh.
I don't think it was that special.
Wait, so you're telling me the definitive edition's been out for over 3 years and Tarkins still don't make a noise?
You should make a YouTube video about it. You should
Wow.
set it. I tell you what, you should set yourself a deadline.
I should set a deadline on that too. Dude, I've been complaining about that too.
Okay, so this is the problem for running. He's going double crossbow, Tristan.
Can he keep the castle up though so we can get the research?
Yeah, he will. He will. It'll come in on time. It'll
Yes,
come
he
in
will.
On time. It's
Okay.
in. Okay, it's got 8 scorpions. Not even a heavy scorp yet. That is a very expensive tech, heavy scorp. It is only wood and food, but still really tough to get that in. And now running is Omega housed.
Yeah, Omega housed and Omega behind an upgrade state. Like, he still doesn't have Castle Age armor on his light cap. So he's just got so much work to do. And he's late to this because of this pressure from DauT. And DauT's not going to stop. He's got 4 trebuchets, the perfect number, 3 castles producing
Oh,
Chukunu.
here come the scorpions.
Ooh!
That was like, that was a lot of bolts there. The Trebs can actually do really well against the Scorpions. They're not fast enough to move away if DauT wants to snipe those down with 4 Trebs.
I think running will take it, though, if DauT has his Trebs there, right? If DauT wanted to run in deeper here. DauT catching up on
Running, losing bills
upgrades.
at the back.
Would love to see DauT go for Onager, actually. I think it would make a lot of sense.
Scorpions. Boom. Oh my god. Watch out, Chukunu.
Yeah.
Be careful.
You know, DauT choosing to just take out those Scorpions. Actually a pretty good trade for DauT, all things considered. Now the Light Cav are going to come in. These are Light Cav that are lacking so many upgrades. And running calls the GG. But again, like, based on the population, I was expecting him to play on a little bit longer here.
Yeah.
Still maybe felt like he just didn't have what it could take. He's lost his relics. He's going to lose his TC. DauT is the castles to fall back to. Just a really, really ambitious goal from running, who I think just got beaten on the draft on this one. Like, I'll go to the draft on my end just so people realize this. Remember, running beat Winchester before with the Bengalis, and DauT's first, sorry, not his first global ban, but on his global bans, he just banned it out, and then running just like, I don't know, kind of looked clueless on what to do, or at least didn't have the best strategy.
Like, what are you even... I don't know. The timing window is never going to fit here if you're going Scorpion Hussar. Not against a player like DauT.
I think it actually
Even if
worked.
DauT was a minute later, he's still running, still would have been destroyed. DauT needs to be like 2 or 3 minutes later to the forwards and the Trebs and Imperial Age.
I think that for running, this can work if he gets more blacksmith upgrades on his light cav. Like, he's fighting with light cav that only have feudal age armor. I think if he had that blacksmith earlier, he's got lots of food. Maybe it's still doable, but you know, like, Chinese had just been around for so long. DauT knew, and you know, DauT played as meta game as you could really get here. And again, you got to credit DauT. Like, DauT has looked really clean today. He looks confident. And the thing about running that got the better of Winchester is his strategy. But DauT is Mr. Strategy, right? DauT's not Mr. Speed, who can be out strategized. So DauT has looked the better of the two so far.
Honestly, DauT didn't look great at Red Bull. But ever since then, like throughout the qualifiers for TGM, in the main event of TGM, here so far, like he's looked pretty good, honestly.
Well,
he's hitting strat again.
Obviously great to see. The goal for running still stays the same. You want 1 win here. You already got 2 against Vinchester. You get 1 win here in this play all 3, you're still going to be happy. That's the beauty of this format too. You always know you're going to see 3 games regardless of the results. Helps out.
How were the ACCM DauT games? Were they good?
DauT played well, but he didn't play like extremely well. And ACCM was just a god. Like ACCM was playing amazing top 5 Age of Empires. So I think it was a combination of all 3 of those things. But again, I also think it's just like the player style. DauT and running both are strategists, and DauT is the more accomplished player. And so I think that he just comes in here with that confidence. Like DauT versus Sebastian, for example, another promoted player just came to mind. Completely different series, right?
Yeah.
Completely different talking points. The draft isn't as much of a conversation. It's more about the early execution, blah, blah, blah. It's just running is very similar to DauT, and DauT's been able to get the better of him so far. And here we are. So big question is, can running get a win in this series? DauT going 3-0 would perhaps be expected based on how this series has gone, and obviously be huge for him, but I think running could obviously do it. He's got the Franks here on Arabia, a great Arabia civ, but you've got Aztecs for DauT, and if Aztecs can get their walls down, if they can stay safe feudal age onwards, they're really tricky matchup for the Franks.
And the thing I love about DauT's map here is that the gold is pretty far back. He's got 2 wood lines at the front that he can theoretically wall in between. He's got 2 wood lines at the back, but Aztecs need gold in order to succeed, and the gold is at the back there. Our French player, I guess he's German, but
the
he's playing against the
German
Franks
French
here.
player, yeah.
The German Frank, yeah. Well, he is... he's got a little bit of a less closed off map, but his gold is still at the back there, and his berries are fairly close to his TCs, so he should be able to make it work. The question for me is just how much damage can he do to DauT in Feudal Age, if any? And then how many knights is he going to have in Castle Age to match up against the Eagles from DauT? And we know DauT loves to go for the Eagle play.
Yeah, both players will perhaps have some struggle with their golds in the long term. Their main gold's fine, but if you look at DauT's golds, they're right beneath that hill. You could just imagine if Franks have control, dropping castles there and whatnot. And then obviously you've got like it's just some awkward secondary golds for running. But that's the whole point of Arabia. The map's going to be open, so you have to be aggressive for it. But I will say this. So when I think about this, I think if you go for the casual eco approach that a lot of players do with the scout build, where you go for 2 lumber camps, 20 pop, and kind of take your time for healthy eco, I think Aztecs can punish you. But what I've been seeing more and more of, and I personally am really liking, is actually just like the faster uptime at the expense of your eco a little bit. So I'm thinking like 18 pop, 1 lumber camp, just get up as quickly as possible, because what DauT can't do with the man-at-arm builds is he can't really cut population on those builds. You have to be patient with those builds, have 4 on wood, and take the time for the barracks. So if you could get like 3 scouts by the time DauT's at your base with whatever militia upgrading the man-at-arms, you could maybe contest that, and then the rest of Feudal Age is wide open for you.
Do you ever open archers here with Franks?
I've seen it, and I've also
head
seen
into crossbows, maybe?
Yeah, and I've also seen man-at-arms, because their eco's still good with the Franks, right? Like, getting the farm upgrade is still really nice on man-at-arm builds. But I guess the issue I have with it is you're not playing towards your strengths. And it feels like we're at a stage now with Age of Empires where you want to take immediate advantage of all your strengths.
Yeah, and the thing about Franks is that they're so good, even though people know exactly what they're going to do.
Exactly, yep.
It's just such a smooth build. You go scouts into knights, and you just make it work, right?
Yeah, DauT's trying to decide on where he's going to pressure here. He's going to find the berries. I like how running has placed some of his buildings here in case there's some militia. The lumber camp kept his villagers protected. Easy wall off if he needs to. Running's actually sending an additional villager to wood now. This tells me this... Oh, no. He's going to click up here at 18 pop. Yeah, I love this. I think this gives us his best chance. If he can click up on 1 lumber camp and just go crazy with the scout numbers before DauT gets the walls down, could be really strong.
Got his scouting, running space. He knows the general area of where he is, and he's seen the mill, and running is now coming forward looking for DauT. He's missed that gold, though, so he's going to take a right turn. Okay, now he comes back to the left. This should be fine.
Yeah. He'll see something. You're just looking for a 4-tile gold, a 7-tile gold, or any of the stones.
He missed the
Or the
4-tile
house.
gold.
Or the
or
house.
anything. Or anything. Running. Okay, there we go.
All right, smart thinking. There was a period there, and I think they fixed it, but on the latter version of Arabia, where there weren't as many straggler trees.
DauT has no loom on this villager. Okay,
Ooh.
running. Okay. Ooh. That would have been really annoying for
Yeah.
DauT if that barracks got stalled.
Yeah, there was a period where like everyone was running their scout into TCs. I know this is going to prompt a bunch of people out there watching to be like, I still do that, which is fine. It happens to the best of us, but yeah, I kind of thought of that as running it past all those natural indicators before the house.
I do that all the time. I love doing it on controller player because I hear the bell notification and I have no time to respond. I'm just like, well, that's dead. I don't even look over. I'm just like, it's gone.
So running knows exactly what's happening here, right? And I think DauT should be expecting scouts, but this is going to give you a chance to get those scouts out a little faster. Look at how far DauT is from the feudal age yet.
It's weird how he's going for that wall. You feel like he could have gone for a wall from the TC to the barracks instead of to the house there. Would have done the same thing, but
that gives him another
for the big
woodbine,
old
maybe.
wall. Yeah, maybe. It's a bit riskier though.
If DauT shows his eagle, that eagle's dead. DauT will not want to be anywhere near his opponent's base right now. And DauT is doing that.
Tracking the militia. DauT was waiting for the fourth one.
Oh,
Suspect there will be a fourth one.
Run
DauT
away
doesn't
with the
even
Vils.
attack that. And I like that running is thinking about going to the hunt out here, but he's very exposed. And he's been tracking this the whole time. Maybe he's just waiting for another scout and then he's going to engage. He knows DauT is still Dark Age. He doesn't have men-at-arms on the way.
Okay, you see DauT's in feudal here. How long do you really want to stay out here? If you're running, I think you just leave, dude. Kill the eagle and leave. He's crazy to be doing this. And DauT's waiting on the man-at-arm upgrade so he can add a spearman.
Well, if you see the eagle over there, you can get away with the villagers from the men-at-arms. And now he's going to kill the eagle. There's nothing to block those vills. Why not try and force DauT to take a bad engagement here?
All right, range timing is always really important behind this, but you don't want to add the range right away, usually because you want as many farms as possible with Franks. But Running's got his scouts now.
It's really calm and collected and nice for Running to head back there with 67 food in his arms.
Let's see if he can do everything else, right? Get the quick walls down. Don't over forage here. Get to gold to make an archer or two, and then counterattack. The counterattack's coming. Look at DauT, though. These walls are going to make it so awkward for Running to get any damage in.
Mm-hmm. And now he goes for a range in the middle of all of that. Could be awkward to reinforce with that range, but
yeah.
I guess it's hidden.
He'll probably delete
Running...
the palisade wall, yeah.
Yeah.
But I like Running's immediate reaction here to just come home. Because he can assume that he's not going to be able to do the damage now. And the nice walls there on the wood line. And good play so far for Running. Again, the big thing I just mentioned, though, is just the fact that he doesn't have the farm count he would have wanted because he added the range so early. So the range is going to have to pay off here. And he's got skirms on the way. He's got 5 scouts. A very even game so far. I'm liking it.
Takes care of that spear. He can take out these men-at-arms with limited scout losses.
Mm-hmm.
So just needs to be careful. And then once he clears that up, he has the mobility, he has map control, can prevent the archers from coming across to hit him.
So Running, I think, is played as good as he could have been asked to play in this matchup. DauT, even though he hasn't killed much, he's also going to be loving life because he hasn't lost anything to the scouts. He's very safe, and he knows in Castle Age with Monk, Eagle, Spearman that Frank's going to have some problems here. He's just buying himself so much time with his infantry right now.
Yeah. It's like an army trapped behind enemy lines. We need to get home.
I wonder, like, is there a world where you can actually just avoid this right now and just go to DauT's base? Like, but then again, you're not expecting to get any damage done.
Yeah, if you go to DauT's base, you're going to have to run under the TC with the scouts to really do damage.
Yep. Nice micro from Running. He does have a wolf attacking a skirmisher right now, which is really unfortunate. Like, he might lose that unit.
He's going to sell the stone. And if he stops queuing up units, he can actually be in Castle Age quite quickly here. Did kill the spearman, and there go the men-at-arms. Running, not pulling away the weak scout. No, he's going to lose one. But that's it.
The skirm! Woo, 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 woo! Rip! That's annoying. All right, resources looking pretty good for both. Running obviously wanting to move out, and classic DauT, but also classic Aztecs here, Dave. Drop the market, sell the stone. He just wants to get to the eagle spam as quickly as possible.
It's a very DauT thing to do.
Dude, okay, if I see another wolf kill a skirm. Okay, there we go. Also, there's a hole at the wood line. Oh, there's not. It looked like it. Like where that house is in that tree?
Yeah, there's no hole. There's no hole. It looks like there is a tree in between there.
Yeah.
That tree is just awkward.
It's just like the way it's the where the door is on the house. Looks like there's a tile of space. Running looking for damage with the scout.
Not happening.
Oh, I would not be happy if I was running right now. You know, DauT's probably up.
Yeah. You see that many villagers on gold. You didn't see the market, but you see that many villagers on gold. You know exactly what's going to be happening here. And unfortunately, for running, if he mixes in a lot of knights and gets up at a competitive time, DauT can also mix in monks to deal with those knights. So keeping the scouts alive is actually going to be very valuable here for running, and I think he shouldn't be throwing them away. He lost one on the front there. Maybe just use them to explore the other areas of the map for now, and then bring them back once the monks get added later on. Castle Age time's very similar. DauT is just slightly ahead.
So here's the thing: like Eagles already produce way faster in Castle Age with any civ, but with Aztecs they produce even faster. Like Aztecs can just mass units so easily, and DauT's full commit here. He's gonna go 3 barracks. Also, the Eagles will get 7 base attacks starting in Castle Age. Running, he's trying to think of what he can do here, and the answer is going to be, like you said, scouts and knights. You just got to take good trades, but it's so difficult.
If I know DauT, he might actually add a 4th barracks soon.
Yeah.
He loves just going all in.
And DauT's not really a forward type of guy. Like, some players will go forward to go siege monk. I think DauT will just add the monastery at home, trying to get relics, and then if he assesses the situation and that sees that he has a lead, he'll just buy the stone back and then start to boom. You got to be really careful here if you're running. Like, I know the TC's there, but oof.
Okay. That was nice.
All right.
Longsword can be a counter to this, but the problem with Longsword is a lot of text to get. You have to add additional barracks. You already have the stables there as knights. People were asking about the Longsword switch, and then the Aztecs can go into plenty of other units to then counter the longswords. Knights are just way more viable.
Yeah, I mean,
counter to Eagles.
And DauT already has an archer range to add archers.
Yeah.
The main thing is it's very similar to the whole spearman versus light cab play on arena conversation. Well, I don't want to say competent players because that's going to sound rude. Like high level players, right? They're going to use the speed of the Eagles to just run away, and then they will just mix in something else. And then longsword it's so expensive to tech switch into.
And it has like no utility once the Eagles are gone.
Yeah.
It's not really good against anything.
It's good if you're faster to Castle Age and you have the advantage. But if it's around the same time, it could be really complicated. As DauT is going to go for the monastery at home. It's funny how he's got all his buildings on that side of his town center. The running's trying to drop a town center, and the villagers are going to have to leave now, and they will.
I do see a world in which running can clear this army up completely. I mean, he's been able to produce from 3 stables constantly here, and he's going for that other TC. DauT will find that, unfortunately, for running. He'll be able to sneak into the Eco with 1 eagle.
It's an interesting decision for running not to go for upgrades, too. He's basically, as the eagle finds the TC, oh, that's going to be annoying. But he's opting for numbers over upgrades, and he's also using those scouts to try and find any monks that might come forward. And here we go.
He should be able to win this fight pretty convincingly here.
Why does DauT not have pikemen yet?
Why is DauT taking this fight?
Yeah.
That's my question.
I think he realized he wouldn't be able to leave. Wow, that's crazy. This is also another reason why you don't go longswords, by the way, because you could still do this. I don't know if people noticed it the whole time, but those scouts, it's now 2 of them, were running back and forth in the middle, back and forth, just waiting for the monks. They never came. DauT did kill 3 villagers, though, which has got to be so frustrating for running because that was such an amazing battle.
Running did, he lost 2 vills there, which is annoying.
Yeah.
The TC will go up.
Oh my God, look at the vills.
Come on.
Pathing. This happened last time, too.
Come on.
Also, if he deletes the house, he's going to be housed, too. He's going to run into DauT's woodline. DauT quick walls, though. DauT has a monk behind, and running might lose one. And he loses the full HP one as well.
Oh, God. Nice conversion there from DauT.
Yeah,
the wolf is on the case again.
But here's the thing. It's like, as the I can't look at this TC. I feel so bad for him. Anyways, you know, the issue here for running is DauT's still making infantry. He's been able to get 1 relic. He probably will get 2. You get 33% more gold with your relics. And he doesn't have a strong counter to mass monks. Like 1 or 2 monks on their own, he had the scouts, but can he afford to make...
I think he should be getting light cav here, right? You have enough knights. You should get the light cav tech.
I think you want to, but it's really hard to get the food for it when you boom. But yeah, like if he had a market right now to balance out his eco, he should absolutely be trying that.
Yeah, the scouts come in. They realize they can't fight this. Light cav do so much more damage against monks, or maybe he's just gonna, maybe it just masses enough knights to overwhelm the monks.
Yeah,
that could be a thing as well. If you have your own monks, you can reconvert your knights.
Mm-hmm. I'm really surprised that DauT is so late to the town center when he hasn't gone for upgrades. Like, only 1 upgrade from the blacksmith is normally associated with a boom situation.
I feel like you can just take this fight if you're running, even if he converts 3. Just take it.
Yeah,
you take out those monks. You have 2 monks to reconvert your knights. You can kill all of the eagles, all of the spearmen. Those are really quick conversions. DauT usually complains about conversions, but he got 2 really quick ones there, and running is just gonna run over this army.
And DauT will have more monks trailing most likely.
Oh,
as he tries to get out of here. Running's dropping TC number 3, as is DauT.
Finds the TC at the front there from DauT.
I think you keep fighting it. Maybe not. Maybe not, actually.
I think
there's so many monks. You gotta run back. You gotta run back. You gotta run back.
Oh, there's 2
extra. You gotta run back. You gotta run back.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Aztec monks are so hard to kill as well. Oh, no! Oh, no. DauT has 5 knights, and running only has 4. Oh.
Maybe if it was only the 2 initial monks, maybe, but the 2 follow-up monks giving some big value, and every knight that gets converted, as you see DauT now with 5 knights of his own, just add an additional layer of like meat shield in front, so your knights can't clear up the pikemen and the eagles, and running again with another potentially early GG being on 3 TC here. I know Aztecs can steamroll, but still.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is not
quite early.
Yeah, I not the fight I would have wanted to see from him. Yeah, obviously that's horrible. But as we've said before, I mean, the population's still reasonable. The situation's decent enough. The thing is about Aztecs is, like, they produce so fast. So you take a really good fight, and suddenly they're going to have, like, 3, 4, 5 monks and 10 eagles yet again. Like, it's just so much faster than any other civilization. And you can do it on the back of a lot of gold eco. And it's just so much easier to go all-in gold comp than it is to go for knights. Because knights are a lot of food and a lot of gold. Whereas eagles and monks, it's primarily gold. But
it's going to be just like saying, wow, man, that was close. After he lost that big fight in Castle, he's just going to be like, thank God he committed.
Yeah.
And thank God he just resigned there. So I didn't really have to, carry this one through. It's still in his favor, but it's not 100% winning position here for DauT. So,
Yeah, I mean, I obviously could have been a little frustrated too. I mean, with himself, with the series, maybe felt like it wasn't his day. I mean, I think that's part of it. Sometimes you feel like a god, other times you're not. So things are pretty interesting right now in Group A. Running, again, took 2 games off of Winchester, who we'll see eventually in his second week. But then he loses 3-0 to DauT. So 2 wins from 3 sets is suddenly not quite as... Or 2 wins from 2 sets, sorry. For running is suddenly not as exciting as he was hoping for. And then DauT ends up with 4 wins from 2 sets, which means he's in a safer position in Group A. But I think... apart from that, I think what we learned about the players is that running needs to out-strategize people. I think that's just the way he plays the game. He's got to get some type of an edge in the draft, and I think DauT out-drafted him and went into every game with a slight civ advantage, honestly.
Now we look at the group. DauT is +2, ACCM +1, running -2 now on the win-loss column. Then Winchester -1, and then Nikov and Valis not even having played yet. So things are looking very interesting. And when I looked at these groups initially, I thought Group A might overall be the strongest group.
I think in
not
terms
like
of
the highest peak, but in terms of overall level, I think it might be the highest.
In terms of consistency, yeah. In terms of consistency, it probably is. Because, you look at the other groups, you have players who are top tier on some days and then not so much on others. But obviously, we'll still see. There's so much that could be said about every group. Group A through D, they're all stacked. But again, I kind of have my eye out on this one because running show that he could beat Vinchester on his day. Nikov's going to be coming back after a bit of a move, which also means a bit of a break too. And then Valis we haven't seen either. So, you know, some players have taken some time to get warmed up in their groups and have kind of paid the price. Mm-hmm. But all in all, pretty decent series. Obviously, 3-0s can happen. DauT pockets $120 from 3 games. Not bad. And then gets good standings as he's now currently sitting at the top of Group A.